Very good evening, friend. This is our fourth video. Again, I'm starting from the previous video called Panda 3, NumPy Panda 3 series, and then here I have started a date sequence because I want my indexing to be a date or the timestamp, so that this can be called as the Panda time series. Now the data set is usual dv pd.data frame, and it has got the name, roll number, mathematics, physics. Let me make some changes into the names like subjects. So through this example, I'm just trying to explain you how you can work with different data sets in pandas. They are actually called as data frames, but the main core is how you can understand it nicely. So this is the data frame I have created, and df equal to pd.data frame. Now let's see, print df. So just run df. This is the Jupyter notebook. If you are using the PyCharm, then you can write print df. So this gives you everything possible. Now look at the index. It is from 2019-0101 to 2019-0120. Now df.column. Suppose if you feel like changing the name of the columns, like in this case, so changing the column names from already we have some column names like the name, roll number, mathematics, physics, computer science, chemistry and biology. Now I want to change, because this way I'm just trying to trying to teach you that how you can change the column names. You write df.columns, and in the array you can pass the new names, like new column names. Like here I am just writing student, seat number, maths, physics, electronic, Java. So name will become student, role will become seat number, mathematics will become maths, physics will remain as it is because physics is copied to physics, computer science will become electronics, like that. Now let me run it. Now print df again, or just write df, and then you see the new data set, or you can say the data set with the new column name. So here I write, so this is our old one, and here I print the new one with the changed column name. So now you see students, seat number, maths, physics. So df.describe. So with the help of this function you can find the informations, statistical informations like the mean, median, quartile, lower quartile, upper quartile, etc., maximum, minimum. Now df.t is giving you the transpose of that df data set. Rows means this is just like if you know the mathematics matrices, then becomes rows becomes columns, and the columns become rows. Now if you want to print one individual columns, like the data set have got many columns here in this case you see. So, or you can say df.head. From the very beginning you want to print the first 5 rows, so df.head. Then if you just df.tail, then the last 5 rows you can set. If you want the some other number from the top, so df.head 3, so you'll get the 3 rows. Then the df.tail, so the last 2 rows from the bottom. Then you can use other important features, so just accessing from the top or from the bottom. Now here df.index, so you see the indexing. This is a date time index, and it is date time 64, and frequency is d, means day, every day, right? You can write month also, you can write year also. df.column, then this is the column name, student, seat number. Then df.data types, then it will tell you the data type of each panda series or the columns, called the object, integer 64. So the student is object because this is the structure of the characters, or you can say it is called as a string. So students is a string, that's why it's called as object, because it treats as a class. Seat numbers are the primitive data types like the integer 64, math is also float 64. Now if you want to add some column, or you can say, because every column is a panda series, so if you want to add a column to an already existing data frame, then this way you can do. So I write df and double quote C++, that will be the new column name, and then the size of the arrays should be same as the size of those other arrays present in the data frame. And so Okay, now let me see. So this is added. Now let me see whether it's reflecting in the main data frame or not. So print df again. Now you see C++ is appended at the end of the existing data frame. Now if you want to just derive some information from a particular column or particular panda series, like here a C++ maximum value I'm trying to get from that particular column, so I'm getting 98. Then you can find the mean of that particular, means out of those is selecting the minimum value, that is 34. Then you can also find the mean of all those values, like the arithmetic mean or average, you can say 6.38. Now df.t is just giving you the transposed value of that set, so rows will become column and the column will become rows. Now df dot sort index, and then you write axis equals 0, and then you can write the particular logic or the particular way, ascending or descending. So I'm writing ascending equal to false, means descending, spelling wrong. So it should be ASCENDING. X is 0. What is x is 0? The index, this is, you can say this date index is your x is 0, means it is a vertical first index. Now I make it true, so you can see it goes from the 1, like the date number 9 2019 01 to 2019 20. Now if I make it false, if you make the axis as 1, so it will go horizontal. So panda data frame is actually two-dimensional arrays. If you go column, if you just pay axis, means the first index, I can say the column, first column, which is generally the index in this case, is called axis 0, and the first row is axis 1. So now here you see the C++ is changing the order when you write axis equal to 1 and ascending equal to false. So but by manipulating and doing it again and again, you can understand that what is axis 0 and what is axis 1, how you can manipulate the data set. So this you have to practice. Practice is very important, otherwise you will never understand anything. Now df dot sort, like suppose if you want to sort a particular panda series or a column based on some value, like the by what. So right here I df dot sort, I can sort the physics marks, I can sort the seat number, so by value of the physics. So df dot sort underscore values, and by physics means the physics column, that is the panda frame and series, panda series, actually panda series, and here physics will be sorted. Now see the physics, so I'm just make it little bigger. Okay, now panda physics, look at physics, it is starting from 34, 50 is already in the ascending order. So if you want to make some changes, like here also you can write whether the ascending should be true or false. So write ascending equals false, means descending is true. So now you see the physics marks starting from 98, 90, and same ways every other column will be adjusted accordingly. So this way you can sort particular column or the panda series based on some values like the true or ascending or descending. If you want to print a particular column marks, like if you want, you can store it also in some other panda series so that you can manipulate. If you want to make some changes into the columns, so you want to see what actually the things are there in that particular column, then you can simply, okay, so you can use dot math, or you can use the df box and then math single quote. So now I am going to use df and range 0 to 5, run. So now see 0 1 2 3 4 5, these 5 rows are printed. So this is the time range, like you have given the range in terms of time. Now if you want to change this to location and select date 0, so this date 0 means index 0 of the index. So this particular row will be printed, date 0 is particular. Now date 1, so second row is printed. Date 1 means second row, that is Ajinkya Pandey. Now So we are just trying to access the data frame in this way or in that way, horizontal, row wise, column wise. So now I go for plotting. So df dot plot, I'm plotting the whole data frame. So now it has got index, x-axis has the index dates, and the y-axis have got the 0 to 100, that is the marks you can say. And these lines, all the lines are there, different colors means different subjects are there. Lines are broken because the marks are not uniform, because it's a discrete values. Now df, if I want to plot just maths, then the df double quote maths dot plot. So you will have only one subject graph. So this is my blue line, this is only mathematics, and this is also broken because it is not continuous, because there are a lot of np.nan or the not na values are there. Now if I make it physics, so run, and then physics is getting plotted. Now here it is. So now you find the physics plot is also coming nicely. On the x-axis you have dates, y-axis these are discrete values, and the graph is broken because it has some empty cells. So now this is the plotter diagram, a scatter diagram actually. The pf dot plot dot scattered, and I passed x as maths, y as physics, and alpha is 0.5. This is the graphical resolutions factor. So now you see, look at the graph, 10 points are there. This is set for. Now if I make physics as electronics, then what will get similar kind of on x-axis you will have maths, and y-axis you will have electronic. Yes, and these points, they are saying that there is no correlation between them because the way they are plotted. This is the statistical observation, because I am very good in statistics and maths. So you have to know the mathematics and statistics to derive the better informations, what kind of results you have found, and how you want your result to be represented to others. You have collected your data set, or someone else have collected, but you are just trying to derive information. So now I plot. This is box plot, and it's called the df dot plot. Is also a statistical tool, and things are represented in terms of the blocks and the size of the block, and the line between them gives you the mean. The range means the lower value, the smaller value, along with the extensions. So this is also a mathematical tool. I'm plotting. So these tools help you to derive. Data science means from the data set you are deriving information, the useful information which otherwise was not possible. Now axs equal to df dot plot dot area. This is the area plot, and things are represented in terms of the areas. Figure size is 12:4, and the subplots will be true. Subplots equal to true. So run, and then you will find your area plot. All df values will be plotted, so this graph can look little messier. So there are also other ways by which you can have the better representation. The color wise, you see the graph is represented on x-axis you have got, and then small tiny rectangles are there with 0 to 100, 0 to 100, 0 to 100, like that. This way is represented. Now I want a little bigger version of the graph so that we can see it properly, because if not, so I create fig.axs and then plt dot subplot. So I will give more space to the subplot. Fig size will remain 12:4 only, and there will be no special mention to the subplots because this itself is a subplot. So let's see this how it goes, and then you have to pass axs to the plot function, and this is fig comma axs. So now I'll pass these values to the df dot area or plot dot area, and then I'll pass axs to ax. So ax equal to axs kind of axis. So here it goes. Now you see in the same graph you are represented those different marks, and these you can differentiate on the basis of the colors. Now if you want the labeling, so you can set some x label, y label. So axs dot set y label, because x axis is always index, that is time, and this is example of the panda data series with the time, or you can say panda time series. So I name it as dates of examination, dates of test. So this is putting some labeling, and if you want to save the image, then you can save it like the fig dot save fig, and then you can provide a name. By default it is png. So I write my map dot png and save it. So I just provided the label to the graph, and then I saved the image as a mymob.png. Now you see, yes, I have written the labeling wrong actually, but it's syntactically it's fine. On y-axis I have written date of examination, but this way you can label, you can make any text whatever you want. It depends on your wisdom and the nature of the graph, because this is the example for tutorial how we can making changes into this. Now let me find where I have stored my mob. Then you can find your image is saved into Jupyter notebook. Now coming back to the code. So if you want to check how many np.nan values are there, not na, and df dot is na, so this will give you true false values, like wherever you have pd dot actually, so this will give you the where df dot is. So thank you very much. Just subscribe to our channel and keep growing with us. Stay healthy. Have a nice time.